Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. You're watching EmoNews every moment online. In tonight's headlines, Uber Soca Cruise 2025, Soca Festival at Sea Lights of the Caribbean, Miss DSC Mass Jamboree 2026 contestants officially introduced and searched, Feast of Christ the King celebrated across Dominica. Adidas and OptiShop partner with Be More Mentorship Foundation to donate football boots to Stock Farm Parish Pit Football Academy. And children and teachers kidnapped from Catholic school in Nigeria. These stories and more coming up next. Stay tuned.
We're at the different phases in life. We move at a different pace. All we need is to be supported. Cause when the baby's coming, business needs revamping, the new job starting, and you need an outfit. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up. The wedding's planning, rent due dates coming. Momentum is your support financing. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and this is a news broadcast for November 24, 2025. In local news this evening, Christians across Dominica joined the global church in celebrating the Feast of Christ the King on Sunday, November 23, the final Sunday of the liturgical year. Originally a Roman Catholic observance, the feast is now embraced by various Christian denominations as a tribute to Jesus Christ. Honored as the King of Kings, the celebration aims to refocus an increasingly secular world on the importance of God and His teachings. In Dominica, the solemnity of our Lord Jesus Christ, King of the universe, was marked with a vibrant worship across all vicariates, northern, southern, eastern, and western. Each vicariate hosted its own assembly, beginning with a solemn procession and concluding with a Eucharistic celebration. The Northern Vicariate added a unique cultural touch, incorporating elements of Creole tradition into its procession. The Uber Soca Cruise USC, known as the world's largest soca music festival at sea, once again delivered an electrifying week of non-stop parties, DJs, live performances, and themed events. This year's sailing made unforgettable stops in Tortola, the Bahamas, and St. Thomas, drawing thousands of revelers from across the region and the diaspora. Dominica was proudly represented on board with powerhouse performances from Signal Band, Triple K Global, and the Booyah Boss himself, Asa Banton, who made a dynamic return to the USC stage. EmoNews caught up with the manager of Triple K as the band made their way back to Dominica, sharing reflections on the cruise experience and the impact of taking Booyah to the world.
Hi everyone, this is your girl EmoNews, and I met up with the stars of a Triple K band, and they are coming from Uber Soca Cruise. Let's have a chat with them. Can you talk to us about Triple K's experience on the Uber Soca Cruise this year?
Hi, Emily. All right, so my name is Geoffrey Joseph. I'm the manager of Triple K Band, and we're just on our way back from the Uber Soca Cruise, the 11th edition called Oceans 11. And it took us from Miami to Bahamas to Tortola to St. Thomas and then back to Miami. It was a 7 days of very interesting and exciting and happy moments. It was an opportunity for us to engage with all the other royalty in the entertainment industry throughout the Caribbean, and we've been dialoguing with so many of the guys, probably virtually, but you never get that opportunity to spend so much time with them, So it was really nice, and to also engage with the fans, the people that probably would not have the opportunity to spend time with you, and to speak to you and see you in your natural habitat. So it was really, really a nice experience. That's Triple K's first time on the cruise, and I think it was the biggest exposition of bouillon music on the cruise for this history. So it was a good opportunity for Dominica to be presented, to be represented, and it was a good opportunity for us to showcase what we have as a country, the talent, the genre that we have, and to invite people, because really it's an opportunity to invite the world to our own festivals, to our carnivals, to visit Dominica. So we use that opportunity to sell our country, and to showcase to the world that bouillon music, which is a thing that we started way back when, that probably wasn't seen as a big thing, right now is a real big thing. You know what I mean? So it was really an honor for us to be representing Dominica on that level, and we want to say thanks and kudos to Uber Soca for the opportunity, and we'll see them next year on the cruise.
What was one of the main highlights for you on the Uber Soca cruise?
Okay, well, the obvious highlight for us, honestly, was our night of performance. We performed on the third night of the cruise, and that night the theme was Call of Duty, and it was a military themed event, and we represented as the generals. So in the army you have the generals, the commanders. So we came in to command that evening, and it was really, really nice. We were featured on the main stage, which is on the open deck. The place was filled, and the people received the band tremendously. You know what I mean? So it was a proud moment for us. We were able to fly the country's flag real high, and it was really, really, really nice, man. It was the congratulations and the kudos after the fact is what that made us feel so proud to have represented.
Would you encourage anyone to book Uber Soca cruise?
Definitely, definitely. Uber Soca is an experience like none other. First of all, I would encourage anyone who has the opportunity to be on that cruise to take full advantage of it. It's a chance for you to experience endless fetting. For 7 days, you partying from the time you get in the check-in line until you disembark when you get back to Miami. It's non-stop partying throughout the night, throughout the day. So it's a real chance to engage with your peers around the Caribbean. We're one Caribbean, so we get a chance to engage with each other, experience all cultures, the different cultures of the different islands, and just have fun with each other.
Also in local news this evening, the Dominica State College, DSC, has officially unveiled the 6 contestants who will vie for the coveted title of Miss DSC Mass Jamboree 2026. The introduction and sashing ceremony took place on November 20th, marking the formal presentation of the contestants to the college community and signaling the start of their pageant journey. During the ceremony, each contestant also selected her competition number, which determines the order of appearance on show day. The 2026 contestants are contestant number 1, Kaylee Clark, contestant number 2, Nina Brown, contestant number 3, Mikidia Joseph, contestant number 4, Natalia Christmas, contestant number 5, Shakia Andrew, contestant number 6, Kenisha Demzin. This year's edition will feature 6 competition rounds, including a formal interview segment, giving each young woman the opportunity to demonstrate personality, cultural pride, talent, confidence, and public speaking ability. The 2026 Miss DSC Mass Jamboree marks the official return of the event to Dominica's Carnival calendar after a 5-year hiatus. Its comeback underscores DSC's continued commitment to student development, cultural expression, and youth empowerment. The college is inviting businesses, organizations, and individuals who wish to sponsor a contestant to contact the DSC Student Affairs Department. Sponsorship plays a key role in preparing contestants for the competition and contributes significantly to the overall success of the event. The Dominica State College extends its best wishes to all 6 contestants as they embark on their journey toward the Miss DSC Mass Jamboree crown. Boston celebrated Dominica Day on November 7th with an official flag raising at City Hall, proclaimed by Mayor Mitchell Wu. The event, coordinated by the Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture and Community, partners featured prayer, spoken word, and the Dominican national anthem before the flag was raised in a moment of pride and unity. Consul Sheldon Peter Anthony shared the history and symbolism of the Dominica flag, while Framingham City Councillor Leslie White Harvey and Boston City Council President Rufzi Lujan praised the community's contributions. Mayor Wu's proclamation was read by James Reginald Colimon, reaffirming Boston's commitment to diversity and cultural heritage. Several distinguished members of the Dominican diaspora were honored with City of Boston citations, recognizing their outstanding service, cultural leadership, and dedication to elevating Dominican heritage in Boston and beyond. Honorees listed alphabetically included Terry Ann Binu from Point Michel, Martha George, Pebush, Cuthbert Joseph, Cassabruce, Bevilton Morris, Soufrier and Scott's Head, Alison Pelletier, Point Michel, Vivian Rennie, Roseau, Yolanda Mason Schillingford from Goodwill, Marsha White Tucker, Laplane, Lisa White, Roseau, Goodwill. Guests were treated to Dominican cuisine from Finn's Fusion and D. Colport and celebrated Dominican culture through art and history. Highlights included a Dominica photo exhibition by Elizabeth Thomas and the Dominican artifacts display curated by Lisa White and Terry Ann Bino, showcasing the island's heritage and traditions. The annual flag raising continues to serve as a powerful reminder of Dominica's global presence, the unity of its people, and the lasting contributions of Dominican Bostonians to the civic, cultural, and social life of the city. And here's a positive story. Adidas and OptiShop partner with Be More Mentorship Foundation to donate football boots to Stock Farm Tarish Pit Football Academy. The Stock Farm Tarish Pit Football Academy has received a generous donation of 30 pairs of football boots, thanks to a collaborative effort between Adidas, OptiShop, and the Be More Mentorship Foundation. During the brief handover ceremony at Stock Farm, the Academy's coach expressed deep appreciation for the donation and encouraged the young players to cherish and properly care for the boots as they continue to develop their skills and discipline on the field.
I want to extend this deepest thanks to our generous sponsors, Adidas and OptiShop, and not forgetting our middleman, Jason Andrew, one of your very own from Stock Farm, better known as Spraga. He made all this possible. He's a friend, a teammate, a former national player, to your coach and myself. It was a collaboration making in the weeks. I am proud of Mr. James and Mr. Andrew for giving back to the community. And this is what we strive for, to give back. And he's right here from Stock Farm, and I'm right down the hill down there, and JJ is right here. And today we can give back to the future in 30 pairs of boots, which is a wonderful thing, and that we came from football and now we can give back to football. So these are some of the elite boots around the world. Professionals wear them, and you guys are getting them today so you could have and to wear. We want you guys to take care of your boots, make sure you clean them, wear them proudly, because it's from your very own that is giving it to you. I hope it take you all a long way in winning, but discipline comes first. So when you all go out there, wear it proudly and do what you all have to do. Win the game, listen to your coaches. Okay? Welcome on and welcome on.
Representatives of the sponsors also delivered short remarks on behalf of OptiShop and Adidas, highlighting their commitment to youth development, sports, and community empowerment.
On behalf of Adidas Brand Specialist Team and OptiShop, we are proud to donate football footwear to Dominica Stock Farm Football Parish Academy. We believe that through sport, we have the power to change lives, and we hope this contribution supports and inspires the next generation of soccer talent in Dominica. OptiShop shares that same belief in great vision and beyond eyewear. We are committed to recognizing talents and investing in the future of the younger generation. We hope these boots give you the confidence to play well and own your game. And most importantly, to keep comfortable while playing the sport. Keep pushing, keep working, and keep training. Your effort is what makes the difference. Thank you.
The coach of the Tarish Pete football team further thanked the donors for recognizing the potential of the academy and supporting the athletes as they strive for excellence.
I want to extend a heartful thanks to everyone who made today possible. This moment is more than just receiving football boots. It's an investment in our young players and their future. First, I want to sincerely thank Adidas and OptiShop for recognizing our potential and our academy and choosing to support our program.
This partnership marks another meaningful investment in nurturing young talent and fostering positive opportunities within the community. And that's all for local news this evening. Stay tuned for regional news coming up next. And now for regional news this evening. Political tensions are escalating in the Caribbean as St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves alleges that financiers tied to Trinidad and Tobago's UNC are attempting to influence his country's upcoming election. At a rally, Gonsalves claimed UNC operatives were on the ground in St. Vincent eyeing lucrative land deals should the opposition NDP come to power. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar has dismissed the accusation outright, saying the UNC does not interfere in other nations' elections and insisting that St. Vincent's leadership is a decision for its own citizens. Adding to the political swirl, reports show members of Barbados' ruling party have arrived to support Gonsalves' campaign. As regional involvement grows, Persad-Bissessar also stressed that a separate problem into property acquisitions by Gonsalves' family in Trinidad has no connection to St. Vincent's election. And now moving over to St. Lucia, UWP leader Alan Chassenat says voters are ready for change as he officially filed his candidacy for Micoud South. Chassenat claims momentum is shifting toward the UWP and argues the government called on early election because it sends growing public dissatisfaction. He accuses the Labour administration of failing to deliver and of blurring the line between party and state. Chassenat is campaigning on his development record as former Prime Minister, promising jobs, infrastructure upgrades, and new projects in the South. The UWP released its manifesto on November 23. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Philippe J. Pierre thanked his Castries East supporters as he seeks to buck the trend of prime ministers losing after one term. He highlighted local projects like upgraded sports facilities and a new craft market, while noting national policies also benefit his constituency. Pierre says voters can judge his Labour Party government by its record of promises made and delivered, ahead of the manifesto release next week. And that's all for regional news this evening. Stay tuned for international news coming up after this message.
Look here, it's not just a game, it's our game. Dominica's very own jackpot, Match 5.
And now for international news this evening. Vietnam is reeling from devastating floods that have killed 90 people, with 12 still missing. After days of relentless rain and landslides, the hardest hit area is Dak Lak province, where most of the deaths occurred and tens of thousands of homes are submerged. Rescue teams have been using boats to reach stranded residents, even breaking through roofs and windows. Hospitals in Binh Dinh province ran low on food and water until rescuers arrived. More than 235,000 homes and 80,000 acres of crops are damaged, with losses nearing 9 trillion dong or 341 million. Officials warn extreme weather, intensified by climate change, is taking a growing toll across Vietnam. Nigeria is facing another major security crisis after 215 children and 12 teachers were kidnapped from a Catholic school in Niger State. The second mass abduction in a week, gunmen raided St. Mary's School before dawn, driving the victims into the bush as families wait anxiously for news. The attack comes amid rising international tension after Donald Trump threatened possible U.S. military intervention over what he calls a Christian genocide, a claim Nigeria firmly denies. This latest kidnapping follows the abduction of 25 schoolgirls in Kebbi State and 38 churchgoers in nearby Kwara. Authorities say armed gangs seeking ransom are behind many of the attacks, adding to mounting pressure on President Bola Tinubu as he oversees rescue efforts. And that's all for international news. Stay tuned for the sports segment after this break. And welcome to the sports segment. The West Indies were bowled out for 161 in 36.2 overs. Despite moments of resistance, they couldn't build a substantial total. In response, New Zealand chased down the target efficiently, finishing at 162 for 6 in just 30.3 overs, claiming the win by 4 wickets. New Zealand and the West Indies are set to kick off their first test of a 3-match series from December 1 to December 6. The match is scheduled to start at 6 p.m. Cricket fans will be watching closely as both sides look to establish early momentum in the series. New Zealand will aim to leverage home conditions, while the West Indies seek a strong start to challenge the hosts. And in football news this evening, Dubla FC has successfully defended their crown, securing a commanding 4-1 victory to claim consecutive DFA President Cup championships. The champions showcased dominance, composure, and quality throughout the match, leaving no doubt about their status at the top of Dominican football. Congratulations go out to Dubla FC, the 2025 DFA President Cup champions. And that concludes the sports segment. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service.
Attention all officers, OptiShop has cracked the case on all overpriced prescription eyeglasses and sunglasses. A major deal was uncovered and a 30% off discount is now available for all members of law enforcement to commence Police Week. Consider this your citation for savings. Visit OptiShop today to save.
Hello, good day, and welcome to weather broadcast for today, Monday, November 24th. I am your presenter, Annie Joseph. Let's begin with some satellite imagery, and currently the Atlantic high pressure system is the dominant feature. However, we do have this mid to upper level flow associated with the subtropical jet, and this has maintained some high to mid level clouds over the region. At the low to surface level, we have this weak trough, and the cloudiness associated with this is expected to move across the area during the next 24 hours. Let's zoom in on Dominica. We can see this milky clouds, and this is the high level clouds which moved across the island during the course of the morning. And down at the surface, we do have some low level clouds which mainly remained along the central and eastern parts of the island, maintaining some partly cloudy to cloudy skies, while the western coast of the island saw generally fair to partly cloudy conditions. Radar imagery indicated some scattered showers mainly across the central and southern portions of the island during the course of the morning. Conditions for tonight: partly cloudy to cloudy with some scattered showers. Temperatures to be down to about 23 degrees Celsius on the coast and cool to near 20 degrees Celsius, the cooler in the elevated regions. Winds generally east northeasterly, peaking to near 25 kilometers per hour. For the next 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers. Temperatures along the western coast to peak to near 32 degrees Celsius, about 30 on the east, and about 26 in the elevated interior. Nights to cool to near 23 degrees Celsius along the coast and down to about 20 degrees Celsius in the elevated interior. Winds are generally east northeasterly, peaking to near 25 kilometers tomorrow, Tuesday. On Wednesday and Thursday, increase to near 35 kilometers per hour. Marine conditions on the east cease to peak near 7 feet on the east and down to about 3 feet on the west. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6:13 a.m. and set at 5:32 p.m. Our high tides will be at 7:19 a.m. and 6:15 p.m. and the low tides will be at 12:51 a.m. and 11:35 p.m. For up-to-date information, you can follow us on WhatsApp by scanning this QR code, or you can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dominica Met. Thank you for viewing, and join us next time for your next weather broadcast. Good day.
And this brings us to the end of tonight's news broadcast for the 24th of November 2025. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis. On behalf of the entire newscast, we say thank you for viewing. This has been EmoNightly News, every moment online. Good night.